we knew we were changing the world. We knew it. I mean, there wasn't a sense of, well, are we? I mean, a lot of what I get from you young people is, well, what can we do? I mean, is there something we can do about Ferguson? Is there something we can do about global warming? And, you know, we have a demonstration and nobody seems to, you know, we stopped the war and all of, but it was vague. It's vague for you guys. You're not really changing anything, or you don't know if it's working. In those days, we were absolutely sure.
A half-century ago, the agricultural town of Leland, Mississippi was embedded deep in Southern culture and racism. Charles Dumas, now a retired Penn State professor, went to Leland in 1964 as part of the Mississippi Summer Project. The project began as an effort to register people to vote and educate African Americans about their civil rights in freedom schools. But in the early stages of the project, 3 volunteers, Michael Schwerner, James Chaney, and Andrew Goodman, were jailed, then later kidnapped, and shot to death.
It became clear that the Ku Klux Klan and the other white terrorist organizations that existed were not just going to kill black people. They would kill white people. They would kill young white students.
With those 3 deaths, the project's focus shifted. The new goal became unseating the Mississippi Democratic Party, which was going against democratic values and promoting racism. To unseat the party, Dumas and more than 1,000 other volunteers set out to register as many people to vote as possible under the new Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party.
Our job was to get up and before sunrise and get out to where the trucks came to pick up the workers who would go out to the cotton field and have them register for the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party.
The summer of '64 in Mississippi was dangerous as pro-racist demonstrators created challenges for the movement. But the Freedom Volunteers persevered.
We maintained the strength to do it because we had each other, because we knew we were right, and because we knew that, as King said, the history bends toward justice.
Even though the movement did not unseat the Mississippi Democratic Party, Dumas says it was a significant historical event because it was the first black and white anti-racism protest.
You know, I wasn't Martin Luther King, and I wasn't head of corps or anything like that. I was just a guy who I could read and write, and I could register people to vote.
5 decades later, Charles Dumas is seeing that people don't value voting as much as they used to.
It's so frustrating when I see how the right to vote, the power of the vote, is cast aside by people, particularly young people today. People put their lives on the line for this. People died for this right.
In State College, I'm Megan Swiatkowski for the Center County Report.